designed for keeping secrets in my head, or any space you can find. Glad to see that I can help make your life a bit easier. But have you ever thought of how I felt? You need to think about your behavior.
Howdy doody, it's Sunday, boys and girls. Special edition of Butch On Sports is on the air, and yes, I am simply Butch. Thanks for tuning in, boys and girls, on a Sunday with a lot of information to give you. I just got to get it out. So, without further ado, but a one and a two, we'll get you some sports news that you can't get enough of here. This is Butch On Sports, and again, thanks for tuning in here. The Detroit Tigers. Let's talk about something good first before we get into all the bad. There's a lot of bad going on. Opening day was a emotional experience for me because I've been going through a whole heck of a lot. If you fans don't know, I've had a major knee replacement surgery there, and it has given me the ooches and the ouches and a whole lot of things in trying to work myself back into shape. It's not an easy task, but it can be done with a lot of love, help, and some support from your doctors and your lawyers, your friends, and yes, sometimes foes. So I thank all of that. However, to get my head together and get down to Comerica Park and drive down there was not a chore. It was an easy ride. Got into there, met some friends and whatever it may be I haven't seen a long time ago, maybe last season, and watched the game that everyone ran down in 39-degree weather at the start of the game to see our Detroit Tigers, who many feel this year they will fail miserably because of the talent they have, and also they just haven't went on out there and spent a whole heck of a gagoo of money to try to perk up something that may end up coming into nothing. We'll get to that more in this show as well. Spencer Turnbull got the start for the Detroit Tigers on that particular day. 26-year-old right-hander came up there with a big challenge, starting the game that basically Justin Verlander has done for years. He was cool as a cucumber here. He struck out 10 in 6 chilly innings. Detroit drew 4 straight walks in the bottom of the 7th inning, and they were good to go for a 5-4 victory over the Kansas City Royals on Thursday. Newbie Josh Harrison stole 2 bases, scored 3 times. Again, the temperature was 39 degrees. Christin Stewart once again came through on Saturday, like he did on opening day for the Tigers, or one of those games with the Yankees. Matt Moore started the game, but he left it with a knee sprain in 3 innings. He's pitching well. We'll talk about that in a moment. They're starting pitching. And relieving by Matt Morris, who allowed 3 runs, 2 solo home runs, and 3+ innings. However, Stewart, the rookie outfielder, came in and hit in the winning home run on the opening day in Toronto. Got all that straightened out, huh? He put his feet to the fire again and hit a grand slam home run. 7-4 victory on Saturday over the Royals. Tigers at that point won 4 straight games. But wait, there's more. Today, Sunday, Christin Stewart drove in 2 runs as the Detroit Tigers won their 5th straight game by sweeping a 3-game series over the Kansas City Royals 3-1 on Sunday afternoon. Tyson Ross got the start. He records his first victory with the Detroit Tigers. He went 7 strong innings. He allowed only 1 run, 5 hits, and walking only 1, striking out 8. Greene came along again in the 9th inning after some nice heady relief by the relief pitcher and recorded his 7th save. I think I got you caught up for the weekend with the Detroit Tigers. They'll be off tomorrow, and they'll take on Cleveland on Tuesday. That will be, again, a chore. Cleveland is not a bad team. Detroit Tigers are in first place, boys and girls, by half a game. At this point in time, as we're doing this podcast, now as scores come along, we might get other different little doodaddles there. However, Detroit Tigers in first place. Starting pitching has been fantastic. Relief pitching has been above average. Defense, above average. And sometimes they play defense so hard or so spotty, covering each other. It's been a very good situation for the infield. Infield is solid. Harrison, Mercer, Canaleros, and whoever they decide to have a first base, either Mickey, Hicks, or they'll pick somebody, Goodrum. They're going to have a cast. But again, I told you that way beyond the Call of Duty before I did this podcast maybe a week ago. Mickey's not going to always be on first base. But again, good defense. And also, great pitching. Get you over the hump. Again, the Tigers are in first place. Who'd have thought? At least you got something good to talk about for at least a week. Cleveland comes into town. Let's see what happens there, and we'll keep on the good old-fashioned feeling. You know, if I can remember, last time the Tigers went to the World Series, they didn't think that team would go nowhere either. Just saying. Just saying. Pittsburgh Penguins came into town last week, and they clinched their 13th straight with a 4-1 victory over the Detroit Red Wings. Buffalo Sabres came into town last night and beat them 7-1. Detroit's record this season will be 32, 41, and 10. Now, we may get disappointed with the outcome of the Detroit Red Wings, but they played some magnificent hockey for a bunch of kids hitting the ice. And yes, indeed, they had more come in as they sent at least seven players back to the minor leagues today. I'm not going to go over that amount. We'll go over that at another time. But again, Detroit Red Wings were solid, especially the last portion of the season when they won 8 out of 9 games before losing these last 2. Gets them in better position for a lottery, which who cares? You know, that's the luck of the draw. Who'd have thought? But again, Detroit will have a good draft choice. Hopefully a draft choice that can come in immediately to help this team be better. Detroit has a very good doggone collection of young kids in the minor league system, mainly Grand Rapids and Toledo. We'll see what happens. And again, some managerial moves might be made with the Detroit Red Wings staff. A lot of rumors. Don't want to get them all cooked up there. But I tell you one thing for sure. It's going to be fun this summer watching the Detroit Red Wings slightly improve their chances to be a better team next year. And they will be a better team next year if all comes to fruition. Detroit Pistons. All-star Blake Griffin was seated on the bench by teammates. Lost 3 in a row. And it hasn't gotten any better. as Blake Griffin is back in uniform on Friday in Oklahoma City. And they lost 4 in a row. Detroit Pistons are in the position they must win 2 games in order to reach a playoff berth. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Or the Miami Heat got to do some bad things in order for them not to make it. They're in 8th place in the standings, while the other 2 teams ahead of them has a game on them. However, they only had 2 games to go. Pistons got 3. As we talk right now, the score as they kind of commemorate the team of 2004 are all in town. But at halftime, the Pistons are trailing by a score of 60-42, 18 points. If they can get over the hump on this one, they can do any doggone thing. But they got to desperately take care of the Charlotte Hornets, or they're going to be laughing and saying, ha, 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 we prevented you from going anywhere. Just boom, bow on that one. That is a bad nickel shame. I tell you. Hey, you know what? Let's face it, boys and girls, while I'm sitting up here jaw-jacking here. The Pistons gonna find again, and I say it so religiously because, again, it's something that I highly believe in. You got players who want to be here. And then you also have to have players who have a dedication to themselves to want to be the very best they can be. Not so much coming in a team showing a little doggone pause of a phoniness and then just go ahead and go through the motions because of fame or fortune or just you picking up a paycheck here. And the Pistons got some very good doggone people on their team. Again, I won't say anything bad of Blake Griffin or Andre Drummond. They are doing tremendous things on that team. It's just too bad they don't have no help on a consistent note. And they don't. From the bench or anything else at this present time. Luke Kennard and the rest of the company are not showing up, including Jackson. Sometimes you got to take things seriously if you want things to go right for you. And if you want them to go right, you definitely got to put some effort to what you got to do. Pistons got to do likewise if they want to be in the playoffs. Detroit Lions announced that they have signed unrestricted free agent running back C.J. Anderson. Yes, C.J. Anderson is now a Detroit Lion. It's one of the stories I picked up there, you know, and I kind of got a good laugh off of it, but it's quite pitiful. You know, you're in your 4th round pick coming off a rookie season, so you get plenty of playing time in a limited role. Your best bet was probably to lay low and spend your off season working out and arriving for year number 2 and be ready as you could be or possible. But what Mark Walton has done is just thoroughly ridiculous here. The guy's on his 3rd arrest in less than 3 months via the Miami Herald. I'm reading this garbage here. That Walton, a Cincinnati Bengal running back, who is a Miami native, played for the Miami Hurricanes, turned himself into authorities last Thursday and faced a felony charge of a concealed weapon, marijuana possession, and reckless driving, allegedly coming off of the March 12th incident, which was his last one. Of exactly almost the same doggone counts. According to the courts, the documents, and the police in Miami-Dade, they tried to pull over Walton, who was behind the wheel of a rented BMW, speeding and weaving through the traffic, and all the heck broke loose from that point on. Dumb, stupid, dumb. I can say right now the NFL is not going to honor his second season. He's going to need a lot of help. Former Detroit Piston and veteran Jerry Stackhouse is finally getting the opportunity to coach. Stackhouse is reaching and has working as an assistant for the Memphis Grizzlies. He agreed to become the Vanderbilt basketball coach Friday, according to Sham Charshnik of The Athletic. Stackhouse deal will be for 4 years, or 6 years, according to Andre Wojciechowski of ESPN. And sad news occurred as Kelly Stafford, the wife of Detroit Lions quarterback Matthew Stafford, planned to have surgery to move a brain tumor. Stafford shared the details Wednesday on her Instagram account. She said an MRI showed the tumor on a cranius nerve that she had vertigo spells within the last year. Kelly and Matthew has 3 daughters, and we wish them well, and they have my prayers up and coming. That's sad news there for some fine people who have done a whole heck of a lot, not only on the field, but in the community as well for the city of Detroit and the greater Southeast Michigan area there. Matthew Stafford and his wife, we pray for them for better results now in the near future. Michigan State. Don't want to say too much and don't want to, raise the roof off the old place here. However, they lost to Texas Tech, the same team that wiped off Michigan, University of Michigan slate clean, and some other teams as well to get where they're at. They'll be in the Final Four game against Virginia, who in a controversial game there, who has so much stuff was going on there, bad calls, and a whole 9 yards. It was just thoroughly ridiculous. Like I said, the NCAA, I say this, has to do some house cleaning and preparing and getting people ready, set, and able to do the job they're supposed to be doing. I agree with many other people. Those officials on that floor should have got together and saw something. But if they don't have an instant replay play in place where they could have saw the play and called it as such. And I'm not saying that's going to be the total results of what went on here, but things going on too much, too long, to lead to other things. You want to get the most decent opportunity for both teams to win the game. I judge fairness by equality. That means that you're going to call that call one time early in the game, you call it the whole doggone game through. And vice versa. That didn't happen in that game. Texas A&M hired Texas Tech coach Buzz Williams on Wednesday. He lured back to his home state to turn the Aggies into a basketball power. They said on the signs, Buzz is back. Texas A&M. Well, I hate to see that there. Virginia Tech lose a very good coach. Virginia Tech in the goodies and Sweet 16s. Sure, they had a very capable and able basketball team this year, and their coach is gone. Boogity woogity. Boogity woogity. Today is Sunday. Yes, indeed, again here, and I will remind you deeply here, Detroit Pistons are playing now. They need to win 2 games in order to get themselves together and be somebody. 2 games. And as of right now, things are funky for them. Things are funky for them with 6 minutes to go. 58 for the Pistons, 70 for the Charlotte Hornets. So the Pistons are kind of gaining a little ground with 6:34 to go in the third. Today was the day of the commemorating the 2004 championship Piston team. All those All-Stars and stuff in town. And they lose with all of them there. I got nothing to say. Well, sad sacks and they lose. Okay? Today is also Sunday. And if you have not heard, or to be heard, WrestleMania is today. Yes, WrestleMania about 6 o'clock. If you want to see it on free, Hey, USA Network's going to take care of you from 6 to 7 o'clock. But after that, it's on the WWE Network. I know why I gave so many W's. I'll figure out something. A lot of good matches, but this year, as if you not have heard, the women will get the title shot. Becky Lynch, Charlotte Flair, Ronda Rousey will be the headline match in this fine WrestleMania, and it's well deserving, by the way. So it ought to be a barn buster, the whole 9 yards. 4 hours of wrestling that you can't get enough of, and maybe a little bit more. So, you know, you haven't paid your cable bill or your reservation for maybe using one of your credit cards or debit cards or something to get your thing together. Now's the time. Now is the time. So hey, go ahead and run and do that there. Hey, but I can tell you right now, I'm completely done. You know, there is joy around here that the Detroit Tigers has won some games. It is some joy. Now we got things going on, a little music in the background. You know, it is joy. Yeah, I'll be serious. I wasn't expecting this either. But the Detroit Tigers look good. Unsuspectful things going on the field. And that's enough to see a lot of people get excited and get over 100,000 people this weekend watching the ball game, which probably wasn't expected either in downtown Detroit. Pistons got a pretty good doggone crowd too for them to be in the position they're in, but hopefully they win so everybody don't boo them out of town by sundown here. I don't know, or whatever. It's been worse. Butch On Sports is a presentation of Oh My Darling Productions. You can listen to Butch On Sports on Facebook. Butch On Sports on Facebook. Give me a like on Facebook. Can you do that for me? Thank you. You're welcome. Okay. And also you can listen to Butch On Sports on Podomatic. Type in simplybuttoo.podomatic.com. You can also go to the game, which, by the way, I'll be on tomorrow, Monday, from 6:45 to 7 o'clock, ringing the chimes, and we'll be talking about a whole lot of things from the Tigers, the Red Wings, you name it, it'll happen. Congratulations to Virginia and Texas Tech. Y'all can choke on that tomorrow night, because I don't know if I'm going to be watching it. Hey, I'm out of here, boys and girls. Have a good one. Again, Butch On Sports is a presentation of Oh My Darling Productions.